The Fantastic Four First Steps was my second most anticipated movie of 2025, so did it live up to expectations? What's up, you guys? It's Jonathan Carter, and today we are talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this was my second most anticipated movie of the year, right behind 28 Years Later. For everybody that doesn't know, which I'm sure if you're watching this video you do know, the road to different Fantastic Four movies has been very tumultuous. Like the early Tim Story, like early 2000s movies were fine, and then there was the terrible Fant Four Stick, which we're not going to talk about here. Say that again? And with that whole Fox merger and things like that, with Disney buying Fox for like $70 billion or whatever, Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios knew they needed to take their time with this movie to make it like the one good Fantastic Four film and get general audience to know Fantastic Four and love them. And did they do that here? We will talk about that right now. Before we jump into this review, please be sure to like and subscribe, you guys. If you're new here, check me out on TikTok, Instagram, where I do shorter reviews of these videos, and on Spotify, where I do podcast versions of these reviews if podcasts are more your thing. Without further ado, without being said, let's get into the review.
The Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four First Steps, you guys, is such a fun and enjoyable movie. It is the definitive Fantastic Four film. If you have been waiting like me almost your entire life for a good Fantastic Four movie, you do not have to wait any further. This is a solid, fun action adventure, you guys. This is directed by the director of the WandaVision TV show, MCU Disney Plus show, which is the first MCU Disney Plus show, and it is still my favorite MCU Disney Plus show. WandaVision fans, comment below. Love WandaVision. We'll always love WandaVision. They can't make me hate WandaVision. So, Fantastic Four First Steps takes place on Earth 828, and it is totally a completely different and removed universe from the MCU 616 universe. So with that, the MCU having exponential lore going way back to the beginning of the universe or whatever, with Infinity Stones and a bunch of movies and shows and everything like that. With the Fantastic Four taking place almost like Deadpool, in a complete different universe, there is room to just create their own story and not have to worry about any other history or lore or anything. And the Fantastic Four, this movie, fully takes advantage of that. So in this universe, the Fantastic Four are the only superheroes. It's very stylistic, the way it's like an early 60s vibes almost, with flying cars and monorails and things like that. It's a very distinct universe. And the film itself follows the Fantastic Four 4 years into being the Fantastic Four. Just like Superman and what a lot of other superhero movies are doing recently, we are skipping over the origin story. It talks about it briefly at the beginning of the film. Sue and Reed are pregnant. Sue is pregnant. With that, simultaneously at the same time, what's happening in this film, the Silver Surfer, played so well here, comes down and announces herself as the Herald of Galactus. Galactus wants to devour this Earth.
I herald Galactus.
But instead, Galactus senses the presence of Franklin Richards, and he says he's going to be this all-powerful being or whatever, and says to the Fantastic Four, give me Franklin Richards and I will spare your Earth. If you don't, I will eat your Earth and still take your kid. So that is our main premise of this movie. And you have the Fantastic Four naturally defending their Earth, their home. They are the protectors of this world and their family, their baby. The Fantastic Four is cast so well here, you guys. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman, Eben Mock, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say his name, from The Bear, The Thing, and then Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch. They make just the perfect ensemble of the Fantastic Four, and they bounce off of each other and play off of each other so incredibly well to make this loving, caring family dynamic, but also the only dynamic that a loving family can have, where you also kind of like get on each other's nerves and mess with each other, poke each other's buttons a little bit.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say it!
I don't wanna!
Say it!
What I truly love about Fantastic Four First Steps is each member of the Fantastic Four gets to show off their powers more than once. This movie is full of each member using their powers, their characteristics, their personalities. Johnny being like the lady killer, Reed being the smartest mind of all time. It really plays into so many different characteristics of these characters that we know and love from the comics, and elevates that with this story that for the first time, mostly in a Fantastic Four movie, takes them to outer space, is not just grounded on Earth, but becomes cosmic. And we finally have Galactus on screen in his full form and not just some weird cloud that they chose to do in the 2007 movie. What is up with that? And when Galactus is on screen, you guys, he is larger than life. He is so imposing, so terrifying. With this movie being a little more of a cosmic story, what I wasn't really expecting with this film there are shots in this movie that are kind of like almost reminiscent of Interstellar, with space travel and black holes and traveling through time, or whatever it is, space and time. Like there are some very, very beautiful shots, but really the drawbacks here of this movie, you are getting this quaint Fantastic Four film, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's very much just this quick story of the Fantastic Four existing. And if you were hoping for something that tied a little more into what's coming next for the MCU, it does that at the end. By the way, there are 2 post-credit scenes here, the mid-credit and then the end credit scene. Definitely stick around for both of them, but it's very much just a story of introduction to the Fantastic Four, and then Galactus coming to Earth and dealing with that, and then the movie ends. So obviously, like, that's a weird complaint because this is their first intro, like, it introduces them so well, and that's what the movie sets out to do. But almost for something where, like, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day next summer coming out 2026, and then we have Avengers Doomsday in December of 2026. So we don't have that much more time in movies to set up what exactly is happening in Doomsday, and so it feels like that movie's going to be rather rushed, which I'm hopeful it doesn't. But a weird complaint because the Fantastic Four First Steps does what it sets out to do. It introduces you to the Fantastic Four. It's a good movie. It shows their powers. It has tension. It has love, humor, drama, all of that. But it doesn't fully jump into Avengers Doomsday like maybe a lot of people thought it would. Like, I feel like Thunderbolts has a bigger post-credit scene that moves into Doomsday than this one does. So an odd complaint that like a movie is able to stand on its own, but when you are in this greater Marvel Cinematic Universe, I did want it to connect just a little bit more. So wrapping this up with the verdict, I truly did enjoy Fantastic Four: The First Steps. It is a fun, lighthearted movie about family where we finally get the Fantastic Four on the big screen in a good movie, and they are acted so incredibly well. Everything is written very, very well in this movie. Not all of the humor lands, but the movie does exactly what it sets out to do, introduces you to the Fantastic Four, and kind of lays the groundwork for Avengers Doomsday. So, all that being said, I'm going to give the Fantastic Four First Steps an 8 out of 10, and on a see it, stream it, or skip it, see it. Go see it on the biggest screen you can, you guys. There are my thoughts on Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Let me know your thoughts on the movie in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Please be sure to like and subscribe. I did mention Thunderbolts early in this video, so I'll put that review right here. Check that out if you like this one. You guys will love that one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.